That one's a dead end. That's a dead end.
What's going on, guys? As you know, I use Onyx Off-Road maps, and I partnered with them recently, so you can use code Racerred on checkout to receive 20% off on Onyx. It's a pretty awesome benefit that I can offer my subscribers now.
What's going on, guys? This is Carl with the Racerred channel. Wanted to talk about something I'm into. I've pretty much always been into it. Which is football. And it has changed a lot since I've been watching it. Sports in general have probably changed a lot, but football in particular is the Gladiator sport. And it's pretty unfortunate to see that change so much, because defense used to have so much more authority over the field than they do now. There's a guy by the name of Dick Butkus who passed away this year, greatest defensive player of all time, kind of recalibrated the linebacker position, just a ferocious player. Yeah, the defenses used to have a lot more authority over the field, a lot less rules in the game. Back in the day, I was playing Tecmo Super Bowl, I was collecting football cards, and I was watching games. 5-year-old Carl used to know pretty much all the players in the NFL. I've recently started watching a lot more, and it's let him by and get some cool shots. I recently started watching a lot more, and yeah, the game has changed quite a bit, but even if you watch like games from the 60s, they had a lot of penalties called, but it was a lot more brutal at the same time. I wonder if sports in general have kind of gotten this way, where it's just a lot softer. You know, the quarterbacks, and if you pretty much hit a quarterback, you're out of the game, or you're getting a huge penalty. He's tracking good, he's following this trail. So yeah, it's not all sports for sure, but even mixed martial arts at the beginning had a lot less rules. I mean, they weren't using gloves, they didn't have time limits. You could do north-south elbows. I mean, you could do kicking while they're down. There were very little rules at the beginning, which is probably good in that sport. Yeah, that was a lot of it right there. We can kind of keep going down right there, though.
This valley here?
Yeah, just that single track that goes straight that way. All right.
Loving the dirt out here.
Yeah, it's not bad. Not bad at all. I've got a little group of riders going. We've got a group of 5 today, and man, is it a good day to ride. We got great traction, great soil. Yeah, the football sport, and you guys probably don't want to hear about this, but this is one of the many things I'm into, so you guys are going to hear about it today. You used to see people clotheslining when they're tackling, just ripping heads off. I mean, it was vicious. You had monsters roaming the field on defense that were just, they would put terror in the hearts of the offense. It was a true gladiator sport. And now, if you don't get your weight off of the quarterback before he hits the ground and you fall with your weight on him, that's a big penalty. And so, yeah, the sport has changed a lot. That said, I think it has pretty much solidified a lot of the legends because a lot of the rules regarding the quarterback and other things, the sport has become more of a passing sport. So a lot of the all-time great running backs are solidified in the history books as the greatest, and they'll never have their records broken. Every once in a while you get a player that you think might come close, but for the most part those old players are... Shoot. Got a little too close to a rock there. I hope the camera's okay. I totally forgot the camera was there. So anyways, yeah, the sport changed a lot through the years, and the people are still getting demolished.
Yeah. You're damn
This is dangerous. This is dangerous work with a brand new camera. I made it!
You brought a friend with you.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I'm just clearing out a little bit more of this stuff.
I can tell. I've got nothing on it.
I'm in second. I don't think this thing would pull third. And also, I'm a sports card nerd, so I like collecting sports cards even still. My taste is a much more high-end taste than it was when I was a kid, obviously, but now I think of it more as a piece of art. I guess you're always thinking of it that way, but even more so now, think of it as a piece of artwork that you're collecting and buying and trading and selling. It's not really so much about the player, like, I don't know, it's kind of a weird thing, right? Because when you like sports, especially when you get really into it, people are, you know, sometimes getting upset at each other about which men in tights finish first, you know, which men in tights are gonna beat each other. You got a bunch of guys around America really rooting for a bunch of men in tights clashing together, and they're from different cities and stuff like that, which, yeah, but the player's not from there usually. Usually they're recruiting these players who are college players from wherever. There's a lot of loyalty to these teams, and I'm part of that. I like the Detroit Lions. However, like, I find Detroit to be not a place that I would really particularly like being around. However, I do like the Lions just because when I was a kid, I'd watch Barry Sanders. But yeah, if you really think about anything, it's like, why am I doing this? Like, why am I collecting pictures of dudes? And if you go into that mindset, you could do it with literally anything. Why am I riding a machine right now? Like, just going around in circles all day. Like, there's a very little point to it if you just view it in that window. But whereas you let yourself enjoy things, if you let yourself enjoy things, just life is much easier and much better. So yeah, it's okay to enjoy football, and it's okay to collect football cards for the historical aspect of it, for the aesthetics aspect of it. I just enjoy it, and I think a lot of people are that way. Yeah, the sport has changed a lot, for the better or for the worse. It has changed, and I think it's personally going in the wrong direction. Pretty soon it'll be just two-hand touch. You're getting paid millions of dollars because you're taking a risk of seriously injuring yourself, and that's just how it is. You got to deal with the injuries. It's part of the sport. People came to watch gladiators fight, essentially, and if you're not going to do that, then I guess football is a thing of the past at that point. Anyways, guys, that's my perspective on the sport. There's been lots of injuries this year, lots of shattered legs, lots of messed up players, but I think part of that is probably due to the padding. I think the pads just look way too streamlined, way too small. They need to go back to the gigantic ones of old. Maybe not the leather helmets though. Anyways, guys, appreciate you stopping by, and I'll catch you on the next video. Peace. Thanks for listening to my rant about football and football cards and accessories. Flavin.
Alright guys, I just wanted to give some of my Patreon supporters a shout out. I really appreciate them. Yucky Don't Eat is my newest one. Daniel Roush, Brian Thomason, Mike Slater, Jason Froling, Jim Jolson Jr., Lance Darnell, Wade James, Kurt Kinghorn, Jared Bauer. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. You guys have helped a huge amount for my channel to grow and to keep making content, and you are appreciated.